Good morning, my millionaire growth partners. My name is Otis Tucker, the world's first trillionaire. I am God, and I manifest the words I speak. My message today, people, is to forgive yourself for your past. You know, it's unfortunate because there's a lot of people, man, that, unfortunately cannot move forward because they keep reliving the past, And my message to you today, people, is number one, I always share with you that the Spirit of God lives inside of you. So therefore, He ain't just got there. He's been there from the beginning, which means He's been there at your worst of times. He's been there at your best of times. And even during your worst, He was still there, all right? So that should tell you something. That should tell you, number one, that you're forgiven. God has forgiven you for all of your sins. And not only that, but He have a purpose for your life, and that's why you're still here. Now, the thing is, though, is that there is no future for you if you keep living, or reliving, I should say, your past, because you're too focused on your past. And unfortunately, if you have a horrible past, that just builds up guilt and shame, man. And the only way you can get rid of that is that you, just like God have forgiven you, you have to forgive yourself for your past. There should be nothing that make you feel guilt or shame, because think about it. Regardless, at the end of the day, you can't change the past. And, the only way to change the future by creating a new amazing future for yourself is you must release the hold that the past have over you. And the only way that I know how you can release the past from you, really and truly, is that you have to forgive yourself, people. I want you to acknowledge whatever it is that make you feel shame or guilt. And literally, in that moment of time, as you're feeling those feelings of guilt and shame, you acknowledge to yourself that's who you was. You're no longer that person, and you forgive yourself, people. You must forgive yourself, okay? So as you forgive yourself, what's going to happen is see now, number one, it's a weight that comes off of your shoulder, because you're letting off that weight, that burden that you've been carrying around for years, And now that you release that burden and all that weight, now that give you the space to where you can create the new amazing future that you want for yourself. And it's something that's very serious, people. It's not something that you can just overlook, because again, I'm looking for permanent change in your life, people. I'm not looking for like temporary fixes, or patches. And I know that at the root, mentality-wise and spiritual-wise, is you have to release yourself, people. And please, I'm begging you, forgive yourself for all those things. Because, see, when you feel guilt and shame, that's why most people cannot accept or embrace success, is because they don't think they deserve it, And a big part of that is because they're holding on to harboring things that have happened in the past that they can no longer control. I don't care how bad you was, man. At the end of the day, if the Spirit of God have already forgiven you and released you from it, why are you still holding on to it? That's indeed the message today, man, is I want you to release yourself of that burden, and really embrace the new amazing life that God have for you, man, because that's indeed what His purpose is for every human being, is to have an amazing life. And you can't have an amazing life if you're living in your past, people. So I'm asking you again to go ahead and release that, okay? And forgive yourself. Therefore, you can create the new amazing life that God have in store for you. With that being said, people, that is indeed the message today. My declaration over your life, number one, is that you are a millionaire. Number two is that you're married to the person of your dreams. And number three, people, is you have amazing health and you're in the best shape of your life. My prayer for you today, people, is that you heed this message that I just delivered to you in regards to releasing yourself, man, and freeing your mind. Mental freedom is a beautiful thing, people. As the greatest prison there is a mental prison, man, and I want you to release yourself from that prison so you can experience all the grace and glory that God has for you. With that being said, people, y'all have an amazing day, and we'll talk tomorrow.